So to start out, you have your mother plant. So I took one of these already. Just want to kind of show you what it looks like. This is what your goal is to get, is one of these. So I'm gonna set this aside for now. We'll come back to it later. So you'll find your plant, right? Find your little pups. So let's zoom in on here. You can see a little bit better. So you have your pups down here. So this one, let's see, bring it up a little bit. There's a pup growing out of the soil here. So we're just gonna move the soil a little bit, expose some of that stem below the plant. So we're gonna move that. And then you're gonna take your scissors and you're gonna get underneath the plant and you're gonna cut it down here. So under the soil, you wanna get a good amount of the trunk here. Now, that one just kind of plopped out since I wasn't really holding it too well. So I just cut it out about an inch under. If you can do more, so this one was growing out a little bit farther. If you can do that, even better. So get it under the soil, get a couple of cuts down there. So I'm gonna get the other one as well. And don't worry, you're not gonna hurt the mother plant by cutting these off. So same thing with this one. I'm gonna kind of get under it a little bit here. Let me bring this up so you can see it. See, this one is a little bit longer as well. So I'm gonna go underneath here and give it a good snip. Make sure it's a clean cut there so I don't drag any of the roots along. And there we go. So now I have 3 of the propagation cuttings, and we're gonna move on to putting these in the water and showing you what that looks like. So for now, I move this one just in the back a little bit. So I'm going to take my propagation bottles. You can set your scissors aside for now as well. You will not need them. I'm gonna take my propagation bottles and I am going to fill them up with water. Since I have 3, I'm gonna fill up 3 of my bottles all the way to the top and give that a moment. There we go. And then just set your water aside here. And then all you wanna do, don't get any of the leaves in the water, but you just wanna get the stems. So place the stems in there and make sure none of the leaves get in there, because otherwise they can get rotted and just be nasty. So there we go. And the third one, this one's a little baby one, so we'll even see if this one starts to propagate. So we got those in there. So these can sit for a couple weeks, and they're gonna sit for a little while until you get starting some roots. You're gonna do 2 to 3 inches of roots, and you can transplant it to a soil pot of your choosing, or you keep them in water for a little bit longer, as long as you want. Just wait for at least 2 to 3 inches so you get enough roots to actually grasp through the soil and start growing just fine. So like these ones were in propagation for, I want to say, a month and a half, so about 6 weeks. And then I planted them. 2 of the 3 made it. This one didn't. This was like a little smaller one like this. So that one didn't make it, unfortunately, but the other 2 were about this size as well, and they're doing just fine. He's about 5 weeks old, so about 3 months total so far on these ones. The mother plant's doing great. As you see, we need to put a new stake in this one, but it's looking good. So like I said, you're gonna give these a couple weeks, and then right now I'm gonna play the video of how I moved the propagations to the soil and show you how that was done. So to get started, we are going to grab a red Solo cup or a nursery pot, whatever you like. I use red Solo cup, so I'm gonna put some holes in the bottom here for some drainage. I'm doing a couple. As you see, I have a whole bunch of Pileas I need to plant. So I'm gonna grab my first cup that I put holes in, put some dirt in there, and then I have the dirt bag to my right just for ease of access, so I use another cup to fill that up. I'm gonna try to fill this thing up to about 3/4 of the way full, and then I can be able to put my cutting in there and still put some dirt on the top. So you can see me just tampering this down, and then you can see me making a little hole with my fingers, probably about 1 inch deep. I'm gonna grab my cutting with the roots in there, roots down, and then I'm gonna put it straight up so it's not sagging anywhere, and then tamp down the dirt around there so it has a firm place to stand. And then I'm gonna put some more dirt around the sides and the top just to give it some more extra support and make sure those roots have something to grab onto. And that is it. So hopefully that video made sense, and you can go from having a little propagation like this, a little cutting, to a full-fledged plant like these 2 that are beautiful and thriving really, even in the winter time. So in the summer, these are just gonna blossom. So if you guys did enjoy this video and you found it a little bit helpful, please give it a like, please subscribe, as we're gonna come out with more houseplant care, houseplant guides, and we're gonna start talking about more outdoors activities and just nature in general, plants, nature, and all things outside and green. So thank you guys for joining in. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.